Hello y'all, today we have quite the fun deck. Now the goal of this deck is not just to be a Primal Prayers deck, it's supposed to be a Primal Prayers deck with similar play patterns to the Legacy equivalent. It is trying to mimic the feel of the Legacy deck, not necessarily optimize a Primal Prayers deck. However, this deck is quite good, and it very well may be close to its optimal optimization. So let's go through it here. Interaction, Swords to Plowshares, Selection, Brainstorm, Deathrite Shot, just good cards. Prismatic Ending can be useful against some of the One Ring decks, which are appearing more often now that people are realizing how busted it is in Modern, and people are looking to Modern for inspiration for timeless decks to build. Now let's go into the 2-drops here. Baleful Strix, very nice in combination with Juggernaut Peddler. You take their best card, they play a 4-mana 5/3 that has to attack, straight into your 1/1 Death Touch that already drew a card. Orcish Bowmasters, naturally great in the format. Once Upon a Time, just an amazing card. And it helps find most of our important pieces. Doesn't find Primal Pairs, but like, you can't ask for too much. I want a restricted Demonic Tutor, nice. Sigardian Evangel. I always mess up that card name. Basically, this brings us into our combo here. Guide of Souls plus Primal Prayers. Whenever a creature enters, you get an energy. Spend an energy for a creature. These two together create just straight up Allurn, but only for you, one-sided. So better Allurn. And then once we have Allurn set up, we can infinitely cast Sigardian Evangels. Because when it enters, you conjure a duplicate of it into your hand. However, you have to discard at the beginning of the next end step. But a neat little trick with this deck is that you can go to the end step, play it, you'll get the copy which will go on the next end step, and then during the next end step, before it gets destroyed, you can play it and create another one until you the other end step, which is may not sound very useful because you just have infinite of these guys with Primal Purrs, but it is quite useful for, say, if you're playing against a control deck. On your end step, you can make a whole board. You can go to their upkeep to try to tap their lands. They counter it. Oh well, you still have a big board. Now they also have to board wipe on top of counter spells. So it is useful in that sense. And then also, if you were to cast it fairly, say you don't have the Guide of Souls yet, you cast it, you cast a couple of them, you go to your end step, use one of the few energy you have left to cast it again, go to your opponent's end step, use another one of the few energy you have left to cast it, so it still sticks around, because once it goes into the graveyard, it is quite hard to get back. Some may say impossible. We basically got one Shifting Woodland that we can copy into this Guardian Evangel, and then we can bounce it to our hand with Teferi. That's like basically the only way. We can also Endurance ourselves, so actually maybe it's a little easier to get back than I'm thinking. Our Recruiter the Guard, it finds all our combo pieces. It can find the one Ophelia, which can bounce Recruiter the Guard, so if we're gaming for a fair plan, that's probably the one we're going to be getting. Skyclave, removal we can tutor with the Recruiter, Harbinger of the Seas. Our 4-color soup deck is somehow able to play this because A, it's a tutor target, and B, we are running some basics. We're being responsible-ish. Bogart Trawler, it's a black land we can tutor with Recruiter the card. That's also Graveyard Hay we can tutor. One of Endurance. It's just a good creature. It's not necessary. Don't feel the need to spend the Mythic Wild card if you are aiming to build this deck. 2 Teferi. Now the Legacy decks play Teferi, and this was a port from the Legacy deck, but why did I keep Teferi in? It actually is quite important to make sure your opponent can't interact on your turn. And being able to bounce anything, the deck is a little light on interaction. We've got like what Skyclave, we've got 4 swords, we've got 2 prismatic ending, we've got the Bowmasters. But if the opponent isn't playing 1-mana creatures or trying to draw a lot, so that's not much in the way of interaction. So it is nice to have this just answer kind of anything, protect your combo piece in. Uro is quite nice. We're a Shifting Woodlands deck, so we can copy Uro with Shifting Woodlands. That's a cool synergy. We have a Surveil land. That's not really the reason it's here, though. It helps stabilize it against all the Boros energy running around. It's also, say we got Guide of Souls and Primal Prayers. This is just a free redraw. Cast it, get an energy. Yeah, so and so. Primal Prayers, already talked about Witch Enchanter. It's a white land we can tutor. And if we're, say, playing against Show and Tell, we can Recruiter the Guard for Witch Enchanter. They play Show and Tell. Which Enchanter enters the battlefield, destroys our Omniscience. Okay, that's all the main deck cards. Pay not much attention to the sideboard. It is a little bit chaotic, but I did try to have an answer for basically everything we could run into. Let us commence into the game, shall we? Alright, so the saving grace of this hand is that we do get card selection with fetching our Surveil land. If the opponent has a creature deck, this will be just serviceable. If not, we're doomed. Okay, let's mulligan. Oh, this is a good hand. Okay, so we can put back a land, probably the island. Right? Yeah, best to not think about it too much and just put back the basic. Ooh, Deathrite Shaman, that's kind of what we were hoping for here. So how I can get black, blue, white, green. We do want double white, we do want double green. So maybe green, black. So I'd fetch a black, white land? Do I even have Godless Rain? I do. Okay, I can play that for now. Will not try to take too much of my opponent's time here. The Deathrite Mirror, would you look at that? Okay, so what do you want to just turbo out Harbinger? Probably not. Yeah, let's go ahead, let's get blue white. Or blue green. Actually, I think blue green is best, and we can get Godless Shrine if we're not under too much pressure. Ooh, Baleful Strix. We do want that. We do want all of this. Maybe not Harbinger, so let's put Harbinger last. We can just put the land on top here. Alright, so if I hold up Deathrite Shaman, yeah, let's just pass the turn. Of course, the downside is the opponent does not tap Shaman on their turn. And I'm forced to force them to exile a land, in which case I wouldn't be able to play Bowmasters, but I'm not certainly too. I mean, Bowmasters probably isn't even that good. Doesn't look like our opponent's Jund deck is going to be drawing too many cards. Okay, we can just go ahead and prevent them from getting that mana. Yeah, Deathrite Mirrors are quite awkward, quite unwieldy. Oh, that is so good for us. We gotta use our mana now to kill this Ragavan. Not quite sure if that was the right play. I don't know the opponent's hand, but I think if you could have played about anything else, you should have. Oh, that is so good for them. Yeah, you know what? I stand corrected. If I got baited into Bowmastering, which I mean, probably would have anyways, so maybe it wasn't a good play, but Onan with that Haymaker play, well, or not Haymaker, that's the wrong word. Probably, if I brainstorm, I can't Baleful Strix. So I think I just want to go ahead and fetch here. The basics. Yeah, the chances of drawing the 1 of Skyclave are probably not worth playing, or saving 2 life, I should say. Teferi is interesting. Teferi bouncing death rate makes it significant. Oh, we're a reanimate deck. Nice. That makes my Teferi worse. That makes my brainstorm a lot worse. Opponent, yeah, we are going to need some really good draw here. so I think it's worth just bouncing their Death Rate Shaman. So I lose my Teferi, and their guy's just one bigger, but I don't have to deal with that for a turn, and I can try to find an answer, assuming. Yeah, I'd say this is worth it. Okay, 4 turn clock. They play, so I go to 9. Oh, 3 turn clock. Ugh, yikes. Because we are on a 3 turn clock, we do need to hit removal in the next 2 turns. So I may just have to fire off this very sad brainstorm into this Bowmasters, which will destroy. Oh, that was really good for me. Yeah, let's just go ahead and exile Bowmasters here. Unlock these brainstorms in our hand. They're just fine. If I sense any kind of priority and the opponent just goes to their turn. Alright, so it looks like, unless if this draw was Bowmasters, I think. Okay. So this is going to be a good opportunity to brainstorm here. Let's try to find a Bowmasters. Let's try to find a Swords to Plowshares. Ooh, Bowmasters. That's really good. Nice. I don't think my opponent has a Lightning Bolt or a Fatal Push because priority was passed immediately earlier, so I am fine just double blocking here, especially since Bowmasters ain't too good against him. Yeah, I really needed that Bowmasters. Glad I drew it. Let's just brainstorm now in case if we find anything fancy. Bunch of lands. Boy, am I grateful I have this fetch land in hand. Let us just pass the turn. Currently on a 4 turn clock, which is like, hopefully we find something. Or I should say, how many instants and sorceries are in graveyard? We've got 1, 2, 3. Okay, there's enough for me to be on that fast clock. If I fetch, I lose a turn. However, that turn won't be worth much. Looking here. Probably just drew that. Also probably means that these are both non-land cards. Because you would have played any non-basic over basic, like play it tapped or... Okay, I do get a Surveil. Straight to the graveyard. Ooh, Recruiter the card. This is so good for us. Okay, what do we want to do here? If I go get Uro, that gives me 2 turns. I can go get Skyclave and then fetch Shock. It'll do that. I die to any Bowmaster. I don't think I want to do that. Okay, so I'm for sure recruiting here. Actually, Uro buys me 3 turns. Wait, if I just... Okay, I'm heard more by... The opponent has 1... Yeah, I'm not very sure what to pick here. Guide of Souls is another interesting one. Oh, I can't even get Uro. My bad, my bad, my bad. Okay, so I unfortunately do think my best chance here is to fetch Hollowed Fountain Skyclave this Death Ray and just pray for no Bowmasters or Lightning Bolts. So, no instant speed card. Possibly non-land cards. Or likely not two non-land cards, I should say, that are sorcery speed. And yeah. Okay, good game. Let us move on to game 2. Okay, so we're dealing with Fatal Pushes, Bowmasters, almost certainly Grief. So let us get Veil of Summers in. Rest in Peace versus the Reanimate deck. Although I think it's just Reanimate, so I'm not quite sure it's worth it against. We want the Oak. Okay, let's talk about what do we not care about. Our opponent has some amount of basics, and they're also playing Death Rate, so Harbinger is a goner. I don't like to Fairy against Bowmaster decks, so we can get rid of that. Although bounce their Scammed Fury and whatnot. Oh, they get the ETB again. Yeah, let's just not worry about that. Birds of Paradise. Okay. Fatal Push. We definitely want Fatal Push, so I think I can afford to get rid of my birds here. Oh, Baleful Strix is real bad into Bowmasters. Maybe I just go -2, put that in, put a Rest in Peace. I can get rid of birds, add in an Oko. I don't need Witch Enchanter, let's just go 2 Oko. Okay, this looks good. Let's just rock and roll with this. Good hand, Hollow Fountains, we got all our colors. Yeah. I do think I'm looking for another land here. Well, don't have a choice. Probably want black, blue, white, green, right? Okay, I'm not thinking about it too much. Let's just play the old Deathrite Shaman here. Opposing Deathrite Shaman, that is fine. Ooh, Baleful Strix. Okay, so I think I'm just getting a basic Plains. I'll go ahead and play Juggernaut Peddler, see what we're dealing with here. Lightning Bolts, don't care too much. Golden's Command, don't care too much. Bowmasters, don't care too much. In that case, I guess let's get rid of the Lightning Bolt. Golden's Command. Lightning Bolt, Golden's Command. Yeah, let's just get rid of the Bolt. And then get rid of this Death Rate and pass turn. That may have been a mistake. Yeah, for some reason I thought I already played the Strix. In my mind. Well, this is good. So what I can do here is I can get a forest, I can play a Primal Prayers, and if the opponent in response tries to Bowmasters, I can in response Baleful Strix. Or I should say if the opponent Bowmasters after Prayers, which isn't all too likely. I think optimally they should do it before the Prayers. Is the opponent Bowmaster in here? Nope. Okay, good. Looks like we are safe. Does not want to trade Bowmasters for Orc Army Token and Peddler for Bowmasters. Interesting. Okay, very grateful we were able to sneak that under the Bowmasters. We did mess up. Yeah, Poe messed up as well. Should have done that before blockers. I think they thought they were doing it before blockers, but yeah, unfortunate. Fury is not terrible for us. Scammed Fury is. Go ahead and scam it like in Demonic Tutor for Swords to Plowshares. Where did the EXO go against command? Oh, they're thinking of reanimating one of my creatures. Set it against it. I'd probably agree with that decision. Okay, they do not have a non-land card that is 2 or less mana. Maybe a land, maybe something else. Okay, let's just... Yeah, I don't really think I have a choice here. Well, do I have a choice? Let me look through everything real quick. Bowmasters, no. Yeah, so we just gotta get us all swords here. I think by getting swords is we're gonna take the turn off, and I will keep that on top. Let's So the card, mystery card, is probably the card they drew for turn, assuming this was the land they had in hand last turn. Unfortunately, I don't think I get the luxury of killing this Bowmasters. I think I just have to ping plus double block this Juggernaut. So still glad I... Well, do I put Yorion to hand? That is a really good question. Yes. Not even a black. Oh, that I did that wrong. Yeah, I should have waited on the fetch land. Made it less obvious I've got two Bowmasters in hand. I don't think I'm... Because of the Yorion, I think I don't go all in against the Juggernaut, and I instead try to blink it with Yorion. If the opponent has Bowmasters, this is bad for me. If I double block, it would still be bad for me, so let's just do that. Okay, looks like we're progressing in this world. Oh, this is... Bowmaster is actually an amazing thing, so I can cast it for free with the prayers here. And then I can Yorion blink both of these, do the rest of the 2 damage. So the opponent does not have a removal spell. At least theoretically. I don't know what the opponent could have. Perhaps a... Draws? No? Interesting. Not Takanuma. Okay. Good game, opponent. Is there anything we'd like to change? We're gonna be on the draw, so... Veil is worse? I mean, Veil's still worth it, I think. Do you want the fairy? No, not really. Yeah, let's run it back. Assuming we find green mana, this hand is good. Rest in Peace plus Earl is a bit sus, but oh well. I'd be mulliganing to 6 if I wanted to turn this in. Ooh! Nice. Let's try to find a fetch land here. Good. Let's go fetch ourselves a nice forest. Looks like the opponent has lightning bolt. Opponent had grief, it would have grief last turn. Oh well, I can throw this into the opponent's removal. I'm fine with that trade. If opponent has bowmasters, then that's fine, because I'm just rest in piecing this turn. Yeah. I was probably going to do that anyway, so I'm perfectly fine with them killing Deathray, since Deathray would have been a dud. Would have been about nothing with this piece in play. Alright, a Blood Moon would be real nasty, needless to say. Ooh, opponent missed the third land, so we're working with pure gas over there. So I think we polluted Delta Pass. Opponent does not have Bowmasters, likely. Okay, well, we're kind of priced into swordsing that. Okay, let's go get some card selection here. Bowmaster, that's almost the perfect draw. Nice. So I could Earl, take an extra damage, but play Bowmasters as well. Or I could Bowmasters. Yeah, let's just Bowmasters here. I can still hold up Veil of Summer. Yeah, a good Veil of Summer opportunity here. See if they realize the trick where you can ping the Okarami token. They do not. I am just double blocking here, I think. I want to clear as much stuff off the battlefield as possible. Ooh! I was going to put Yori onto hand, but I think... I mean, maybe I should still just put Yori into hand and pass the turn. Swords is almost 100% going at the Bowmasters. Don't have enough mana for the big stuff in Death Ridge. Oh, I spoke too soon. Or do I just take the Ragavan hit and never have to... No, we're just... yeah. Ragavan's busted, let's not even give them a chance to get something good off that. Or I even get the treasure because they're kind of screwed on mana. It doesn't really matter. You have enough green, you have enough white. Which is why I'll get green white. I know that doesn't make sense, but oh well. I mean, sure, right? Let's get a nice juicy 4-5 in play that'll be very difficult for them to kill. Doesn't die to Fail Push, does not die to Lightning Bolt. Are we Fury plus Bolting, or Fury plus Bowmastering? What are we doing here? Well, they exiled the Bolt, so they definitely... have something. Okay. You will take that 3 for 1. For a companion, nonetheless, so basically a 4 for 1. Woo. That was juicy for us. And I'm not a believer in deck thinning, but like, might as well, right? When it's literally free, go for it. Okay, we are cooking now. So I think we turned the Bowmasters into a 3-3. We'll get a hit us for 3, but I'm just scanning 3 right now. This thing has been stuck in my hand this whole time. I should have left up white in case I drew Bowmasters, or I should say Swords of Plowshares. And what excellent design that you can turn your opponent's creature into a 3-3, they attack your Oko. You can plus to create a food and they can't even attack, kill the Oko on the next attack. I mean, hey, we're playing it, so we're not complaining, but yeah. Okay, and these scenarios, yeah, let's just get failure here. So we can start amassing. Oh, I should have turned Recruiter into a 3-3. Oh, never mind. I'm trying to blink it. What am I even saying? I'm thinking like a half step ahead. That's not acceptable. Yeah, if you kill Oko, like, I don't even care. I'm just trying to failure Recruiter you into the ground. So if y'all bolt or Bowmasters, that is fine. Okay, let's have the Bowmasters. Used to say that's very good for them. Hopefully failure Recruiter can start to... Ooh, nice. What do we find here? Okay, we can... Ooh, wait, can we Ferris a Guardian Evangel? Just get 3 3-1s? I am so down for that. Hang on. Love when I can play these combo cards fairly. Get rid of Recruiter here. Probably... Well, I've got enough mana to where anything I would recruit for, I can recruit her and then do that, so I just get a free 1-1 in the middle of it. Please don't Blood Moon. I think we're still in a massively winning position anyways, but we do got 3 of our basics, but not the white one, which is the important one. Ooh, Demonic Tutor. Okay, so I'm casting this 100%. I mean, do I get... I don't have anything that can deal with that. The mana I have available, so I think I am going to the basic planes. That's funny. I do want to attack with... Oh, I can Felia Blink the Blood Moon. That was... Sorry, that was my bad. That was just a... That was just an error. Yeah, let's get a Bowmaster so we can kill that eventually. 1, 2, 3, 4. So probably killing Felia. Probably killing some Evangels. Yeah, I mean, I still think I'm in a massively winning position here, but like... One hard cast Fury and I'm kind of in the dirt again. Although... I'm just gonna get a Strix. Or maybe I should have gotten a Recruiter. Oh yeah, I definitely should have gotten Recruiter. Okay, so no reason not to just attack first. Go Masters? That'd be pretty good. Well, now I've got Bowmasters, so maybe they're Another post block something, so I hope for your sake it's not a Bowmaster's. Hooligan's Command, understood. Glad I didn't play this land. Let's just discard that. Alright, they have taken care of my Evangel army. Do I want to hold up Bowmasters? Yeah. Let's just play Strix. It'll just fine. You got no reason not to just keep going to combat. Fair enough. I was kind of hoping for the discard mode because can't really cast this Endurance under the Blood Moon. Yeah, I think I know the 4th mana, so I can't cast this. I do not care about Blood Moon, do not really care about Ragged Fan. Do care about Bowmasters, so let us get rid of that. But I am trading because 4th mana equals Scary Juggernaut. Unless... yeah, fair enough. Glad to get the land off, though. Ooh, another Peddler. I can turn my Endurance into a... yeah, let's do that. Turns out Endurance ain't useful after all, it could become a Juggernaut. It's quite funny how that worked out. And I can spend red mana for that, so allow me to. Juggernaut on Juggernaut battle. I mean, I am gonna attack with the Peddler as well, because I can ping that with my Bowmaster. If we're gonna Colligan's Command, I want to make them think about discarding, even though it's just a land. If I play something that costs a lot of mana, which I won't, so I can just play it as a land next turn. Ooh, Brainstorm, that's good. Probably want to do this before combat to know if I'm attacking with Bowmasters. Ooh, okay, that's good. Death Ray, not so good. I mean, it's a 1-2. That's all it is at this point. Yeah, so let's just... oh, I should have all out attacked and forced a block. That was... it should be at 4, by the way. That was 100% a mistake. I mean, we can't really lose this game. But, like... yeah, that was a huge mistake. Oh, probably forgot about that. Or maybe not. Probably not, actually. So now we can Oko. We can turn. Alright. Good games. Ooh, that was only game. That was only the first match. These games are good. These games are juicy. These games are buffy. Let us commence forth into the next game. Perfectly serviceable hand. Let us hope our opponent is playing one toughness creatures. Thoughtseize. Okay. Don't really know what the opponent's trying to do yet. Fair enough. None of these are, none of these can get our, what's it called? Can get our surveil land. Ooh. Still free, funny enough, so let us cast that. Probably Recruiter. I'd say so. So the opponent does not have Bowmaster, so that means this is a safe Strix here. Has a removal spell. Are we thinking swords? Fatal push. Understood. Nice. 2 for 1 there. Missed a land drop. Wow. Yeah, I just. Yeah. Okay, so we've seen a Fatal Push the Thoughtseize. You know, looks good against those. Veil of Summer. Fair deck, so Oko's probably good. What do we want to take out here? I don't think there'll be many one-toughness creatures or drawing cards, so I think we can go down on Bowmasters. Mostly just for the opponent's Bowmasters, which are almost assuredly playing. In which case, let us get rid of Birds of Paradise. I doubt Witch Enchanter will do anything. Oh, well, Harbinger is not going to be good. So we can put back something. Yeah, let's just say Birds of Paradise. Like that. Again, not too much to go off of. So I get rid of blue and black land. If we get white and black, I draw any fetch land, a blue source. I'm down to keep this. Ooh, Veil of Summer, nice. We can hold that up. Please, Fatal, or please, Thoughtseize. You want. That counts. I am Veil of Summering the heck out of that. Unfortunately, the colors are going to be quite awkward now, but you can't really play a 2-drop of choice. Oh! I mean, they have to target themselves. So it looks like just black-white mid-range. That's cool. Decided against doing anything. Breeding pool. Okay, so we got double green. We don't need to worry about any more green. Do I just go ahead and play a 3-1? I can wait a turn and play a Strix to get rid of that? Yeah, let's just plan on playing a fair game and not trying to save this for the combo, because we don't have Primal Purrs or what's it called? Now the colors would normally be awkward here, but we can Uro into Vista, so next turn we can start casting some of these. So it's not like we don't have anything to do. Oh, Drew Peddler. Probably targeting me. Great. Our hand just became a whole lot more awkward. I guess our plan is to source the plowshares here. We'll happily take this block. Ooh, that is good. So we can get black, white. Oh, hang on. What colors do we need? We probably don't want to get our sugar. We do want double whites, kind of. If you ever draw that one. Lime, so what's the plowsharings? Let's screw double white. I'm just getting the surveillance here. Shifting Woodland. I low-key want that on top. Wait, do I have Delirium? Creature, sword, instant, land. I can get rid of the Juggernaut. You know what, let's just get rid of that. And I'm also 100% sourcing the Trespasser. I just do not know what to discard yet. Probably a Vista. Oh, code! Is that... That changes stuff. Kind of. I mean, I think I'm peddling here, because wedding announcement is difficult for me to deal with. Just poops out so much Mustang. Well, not Must Answer. Poops out a lot of stuff that I have to eventually deal with, which I would rather not have to eventually deal with. So we can play Oko next turn. That's fine. Also perfectly fine with the opponent's swords in there. Yeah, and then here is where the Juggernaut Peddler plus Baleful Strix synergy comes in. If they spend 4 mana, which they're not. But when they spend 4 mana next turn, I can just Baleful Strix, they have to attack into my Death Toucher, which is just awesome. Do I want to play Oko, pay the 1, plus they attack it down to 2, plus get a... Yeah, let's just start the, well, I should say start it. It's just going to get lost. Okay, so that was a mistake then. I should have played Juggernaut. That is my bad. Yeah, definitely a mistake right there. I chose to play Sentinel over Juggernaut Peddler. That is very interesting, actually. Now, do I... Yeah, Juggernaut just blocks everything here. This essentially stalls for a turn. It's a fog. Can it be? Are we finally playing the Juggernaut? It appears we are. Nice. So if I attack, they just trade. I mean, I have to attack, and if I were to try to buff it up, it would still die to the Juggernaut blocking. So I think I want to ambush Endurance. Yeah, that's probably best, versus trying to hit a land off the Strix. Especially since they block there, I don't think I need to use Swords to Plowshares this turn. Assuming the opponent does Reanimate, actually just... Actually, that's a lot of non-gas, so I'm just going to put it down there. Alright, so opponents... Oh, they were just thinking if they had an out. Okay, good games. Serviceable hand, interaction. We do have the combo because we got 2 recruiters. Recruiter for guide, recruiter for evangel. Let's see where this goes. Thoughtseize. Yeah, nothing to do about that. We need to hit our 3rd land, so I don't think I'm gonna get too greedy here. Use the land they already know about. Make them at least think I drew Bowmasters. Probably getting white blue and then I'll get Temple Garden next turn. Or I can just play that as land for turn. Go for a recruit. Alright, yeah, so I do think I'm just going for the combo. If I get Guide of Souls, I can play Primal Purse next turn. Guide of Souls into Recruiter, into Evangel, and then we are golden. It's a like, in the face of a likely counter spell. How am I to engage? I do think I'm playing my land 100%. I do think I'm attacking first 100%. Yeah, let's just Uro. You're welcome to counter it. It does not feel like countering it. A lot of card selection with these brainstorms. It is making me kind of nervous. They do got the fetch to go along with this. Uh-oh. Dark Ritual, huh? Let's see what you're doing here. Show and tell. I was not expecting that. Okay, is there anything I can tutor for? I can tutor for... Okay. Ooh, enchantment. I can go off in response to them doing something. Oh, they probably have it, but... Okay. I'll just get an untapped Temple Garden. And then say this is good. Traxa. That is very Swords to Plowshares-able. If they counter that, then I'm just going to make a... I think now is the opportunity. If they're running counter spells, they're going to be running double blue ones, and while the opponent does not have double blue here, let's just go ahead and get an infinite army of 3/1s. I imagine it'll be difficult for my opponent to overcome this. Oh, they just let the land get tapped without floating mana. Wonder if they meant to do that. Okay, I'm just gonna go for... Oh yeah, they understand the situation. Okay, show and tell. I do think I want Veil of Summers here. And I do want Night of Autumns. Lavinia will be good. Deafening Silence. Swords is good. Prismatic Ending, garbage. Baleful Strix, only okay. Juggernaut is going to be great. Bowmaster is going to be great. Teferi. Arrow is not going to be too good. Harbinger is not going to be too good. Skyclave is going to be garbage. Trawler is going to be not it. Okay, what after that? I don't think Teferi is going to be too good, to be honest. Or Strix. Yeah, let's get rid of Strix. Okay. Run it like this. Okay. The only reason I'm keeping this hand is because I have Brainstorm. So I can find something to put in off show and tell that could be good against my opponent. What are we doing here? I suppose just show and tell, right? Alright, let me brainstorm in response. See if we can find anything. If not, we're probably a goner. Ooh, peddlers, so I can. So Primal Purge will enter. Okay, let's get rid of you, let's get rid of you, like this. So I can put in Primal Purge, I can Recruiter or Knight of Autumn. Okay. Corrosive Grip, interesting. I suppose that's good against Alphas. Okay, what do I want to do here? I can't tutor for anything that can kill. I do want to get rid. I don't want Veil of Summer, so I am just gonna do this. And then what do I want of that? Probably. Yeah, let's just get Guide of Souls here. I think at this point I'm just going to fair Allurant here. So I've set up my little Allurant combo. Let's get a redraw. This can block and kill Atraxa, which is freaking awesome. Should I go to my opponent's upkeep and do that? Yeah. So I will let them draw a card, and then I will try to Thoughtseize them here. If they counter it, they're not show and telling again, which is awesome. What in the world? Oh, I see. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know about that. Mastermind's acquisition can get them show and tell. If I display Teferi next turn, the swords is or Mandrain's useless. So let's get rid of the Mastermind's acquisition. They'd also force them to use Dark Ritual, which is awesome. Yeah, just gonna block here. They do gain a lot of life, but oh well, right? And yeah, now this is like my one opportunity to Fairy, so I will make good use of that. Life total doesn't matter, let us just headshot everything. We get a Temple Garden. And I can bounce my Recruiter, go get Evangel if I ever find Allurant again.
That's more like it.
Ooh, they got Dig Through Time. That's kind of what they needed, so that is very good for them. Reborn upon the winding. Oh, Assassin's Trophy. You hate that, huh? Okay, got enough white, got enough green, got enough. I don't have enough blue. Ooh, that's good. Before I do that, let me once upon a time here. Failure or Bowmasters? The opponent's not really trying. Let's go for failure. I'm going to play everything on my turn as to make this mana drain as useless as possible. Play failure. Play a deafening silence so they can't just combo me next turn. Start attacking! Ooh, Primal Prayers. That's really good. So now I've got enough energy to jump something. So I saved the swords for tracks, so I can blink Recruiter on my end step, put a bunch of 3/1s into play. They can't. That's if I'm willing to throw away failure. Or what I can do is just attack with failure. Blink Recruiter. Jump it a bit. And then I can go search for my combo piece here. And make a bunch of 3/1s. If I do try to do in the upkeep, it will get countered, but I think it's still worth to do. So I'm just gonna keep going for a bit. Let's get 5 of these on the battlefield and then pass turn. Mystic Sanctuary, okay. So they are going to be able to show and tell here. However, if I do this in their upkeep, they're forced to counter it, and because of the deafening silence, they wouldn't be able to play show and tell. That's good for me. Yeah, it looks like we've got this game unlocked then, because we know the draw. Okay, sick. Okay, so let's do this in the upkeep. Or countering it. Okay. Oh, that's how that works, okay. No blocks. Yeah, alright. Good game, opponent. Alright, time for some post-game review. Deathrite Shaman, Baleful Strix, Juggernaut Peddler, Orcish Bowmasters is a very solid, fair, cheap creature plan. I really enjoyed having a core of those 4 creatures. That was great. Recruiter the Guard was also pretty good. I was expecting it to be worse, to be honest, as a fair card, since it's 3 mana for 1/1, and then that's quite expensive for a tutor just for its limited searchings. But it proved in several spots, well, fair games, you go tutor for Felia and you keep blinking Recruiter, and that's a way to spiral the game out of control. And then it is quite necessary if you don't want to play like 4 guides, 4 Sigardian and Evangels. So, would not cut that. What would I cut? Harbinger of the Seas, I can see going to the sideboard. We do have basics, but it's not very often that we get many out. And we are quite color intensive. So even if we do have one of each basic, we can't cast Skyclave, we can't cast Endurance, we can't cast a bunch of stuff. Bogart, Treller, Witch Enchanter, not much to say about those, didn't really see them. Teferi, how was Teferi? Teferi was middling. It served its purpose, but you can definitely cut it for something else. Really enjoyed this cheap interaction, really enjoyed having the selection of Brainstorm, really enjoyed the selection of Once Upon a Time. It felt like a very solid fair deck that could very easily combo, which is quite an amazing spot to be. I enjoyed my games. I would recommend crafting this if you're somewhat close, even though it is a bit of rares and mythics, because it is quite a bit of fun. So with that, I'll end the video and see y'all later.